I actually returned my MacBook Pro. Let's talk about it. Okay, so 2 weeks ago I bought myself a MacBook Pro 16-inch. After watching all the YouTube videos, believing all the hype, it was gonna be the perfect computer for me. You know, being able to edit without any proxies, on the go, on battery, it seemed like a dream. And you know, I then had to decide which MacBook I was gonna go for, which configuration I was gonna go for. Did I want the M1 Pro, the M1 Max, or... No, I wasn't really sure, you know. But it all came down to the M1 Pro being enough for video editing. The timeline performance between the two chips didn't seem much different. It was more of the export times, and I have no problem waiting a few extra seconds. So I chose the M1 Pro. It was also cheaper, so that's a bonus. So on my old PC, I had 32GB of RAM. 32GB of RAM in my old PC was well enough for video editing, even doing After Effects at the same time. But then saw people talking about how efficient Mac OS was, and people were talking about how 16GB of unified memory on Mac OS was just like 32GB on Windows. I mean, this made me happy. I could spend less but still get the same performance, you know, great. I watched more and more comparisons on YouTube, and they all show that 16GB was enough for my use case. I was a little bit confused, but I mean, the tests show that, I guess. So with the unified memory being so fast, the fast memory swapping, and macOS being so efficient, apparently, I bought myself a 16-inch MacBook, the base model. I came home, I unboxed it. It was a great experience. The speakers were great, the display was gorgeous, and just in general, the computer was sick. So I tried playing back some clips from Red Cameras. Final Cut Pro just absolutely smashed it. So why did I return the computer again? I started to edit a way bigger project with some graphics, way more clips, you know, even 5K GoPro footage that I had recorded with my drone. So while I was doing this, I had Spotify open, I had a few Chrome tabs open, and the memory pressure was on yellow. And as a best case scenario, the memory pressure should be green. So the memory pressure being on yellow is not optimal, because I had not even started editing a lot, which meant if I kept on continuing to edit, it's just gonna get worse, and it was already on yellow. So I tested some more, and it didn't seem like 16GB was gonna cut it. And since I spent so much money on this computer, I didn't want it not be enough for a big project. So I returned it because I bought a little memory. For my use case, 16GB wasn't gonna be enough for a long time at all. Especially if I started doing even bigger projects and so on. It wasn't gonna cut it at all. You know, I thought after watching all these YouTube videos with people comparing and talking about how fast the SSD memory swapping is, I thought it was gonna be enough, and it probably is for a lot of people. I didn't think I was a heavy user, but I mean, using 4K on my camera and drone footage, like, I probably am a little bit more advanced user. So let me show you what I bought instead. I bought a 16-inch again, because I really like the bigger screen. It's very nice if you're working with video to have a bigger screen. Since 16GB of RAM wasn't enough, I of course bought 32GB, and I also bought a little bit more SSD, because SSD is always nice to have more. I have my Samsung T7 1TB that I edit my videos off of, but if I'm gonna use this computer for a long time, I still want as much space as I can get. And here comes the tricky part. I didn't feel like I needed the M1 Max. But if you take the 32GB of RAM, it's only $200 more, and that is really tempting, so I got it. So yeah, that's my new configuration. It's gonna come in like 6 weeks. I will just have to wait, I guess. Have a great day, leave a like, subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.